All right, y'all. Well, to finish up, there was a transgender dude. He won something, or they won something, or that won something, whatever the pronoun is these days. I don't know. Should be changing too much for me to keep up with. But let me show you the story. All right, that looks good. I think we can do enough with that. Check out this story, guys.
It's reaching a flashpoint yet again in the state of Maine. Another transgender athlete winning more girl track events as the governor faces off against the Trump administration over its refusal to bar trans athletes from competing against women. My next guest writes, "This is not fair. Our girls deserve a fair, safe, and level playing field." That woman is Laura Libby, a Republican state rep from Maine, who's been put in the penalty box now for it's been at least a month, maybe it's 2 months. Welcome back, and thanks for coming here. I understand this athlete won the 800 and the 1600 meter races. Had this individual run with the men, the finish would have been 12th place in the 1600th and 8th in the 800 meter. I ask you, how's this fair? You're helping lead that fight. What do you think?
Well, Bill, I, along with 2/3 of my fellow Mainers, agree that it's absolutely not fair that biological males are dominating in women's sports. They're pushing girls aside.
Understand why this is a conversation,
for a state where
okay.
we're told this isn't happening, it's not a big deal, stop making an issue of it. This same athlete has been dominating in girls cross-country running, in Nordic skiing, and now in track. We're talking about just one athlete, just one of these biological male athletes, pushing many, many of our young women out of the way in their ascent to the podium.
Do I have the name? Is it Soren Starchesa? Is that the same person we're talking about, right?
Correct.
Okay. A few things. Riley Gaines, Jennifer Say, this is what Governor Mills says is not happening. Jennifer Say, it sure never happens a lot. Here's what the NBC polling found. The greater majority of people do not support it. 75% disagree with it. You're in a very
So how is it 25% winning this argument or keeping the argument going?
You're not only banned from speaking at the State House in Maine. You're banned from voting because you won't apologize. And I don't think you've changed your position as of now. So they've still got you locked up, don't they?
Stand on that, sweetheart. Stand on it.
It's been more than 2 months, Bill, actually, that my constituents have not had a voice and vote in the legislature. 2 months of every time that there's a roll call vote, including on the Equal Rights Amendment, which addresses this issue, among others, I was not allowed to vote. So my constituents are being harmed. Every time that we have session in a little bit today, and I will not be allowed to vote. I will not be allowed to represent their interests because of exercising my First Amendment rights.
So you can't speak, you can't vote. I mean, next stop, Salem, Massachusetts, I do believe, right? So stay away from that town. The Daily Wire is reporting on a story that we haven't locked down. They say Janet Mills, the governor, and her family get rich off the Maine governor's transgender stance. Is this true? And if you know about it, what do you know about it?
You know, it's not a secret that Governor Mills' sister is a higher up at the institution that advances transgender treatments for Maine children and anyone coming in from out of state. And so this extreme agenda, you know, we know that Governor Mills and legislative Democrats are in the minority with their stance on this, but certainly the financial repercussions could help explain.
All right, I'm going to pause there for 1 second because I don't understand that this argument is continuing on if 75% of the people are saying they don't want it. Why is it even a conversation then? Why does the 25% get to have such a loud voice? I just don't get it. Like, it seems pretty simple to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be. But it seems like this story is all the time. And just like my man Al Bond said in the chat, if I'd have thought of this about 20-something years ago, boy, I'd have been in the WNBA and I'd have been the record setter of all stuff. I'd have been dunking on women. I don't discriminate. I'd have dunked on a chick. I don't care. I don't care. It'd have been all about purging the BS in the WNBA. I would have been in there killing it if I could have identified as a woman. But we're not going to do that because to us it doesn't make sense. So I just don't get why this Maine governor is so hard on it and or so adamant about it. Like, what the hell, man? I would have held records for at least for a couple years till a couple more dudes came in there, till LeBron became a woman, and then he would have scored 1,000 points a game. And then there goes my records. But records would have got broke every year in the WNBA if dudes started going over there playing. So I think, at least for right now, at least the WNBA seems to be holding tight on that. And I appreciate that because I don't want to see that. I don't want to see guys beating up on girls. especially not no big 6'5" dude, 6'5" or better dude, beating up on some 120-pound, 5'7" woman. That just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know. Whoever's standing on this, whoever you are, please don't come on my show. And if you come on my show, I'm going to bring you up because we're going to have a debate. I need to know why this is even a damn conversation. Look, just because you're born into this world doesn't mean that you have to have every opportunity at everything. Some people are a little different. Some people are born with no arms. So they have certain things that they can't do, and they normally find ways to live and all of that, but there's certain things they just can't do, like reach up to the top shelf. See what I'm saying? And they accept that, move forward, and their lives are fine. They don't need to now make it so all products are on the floor so that they don't have to reach up to get them. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me. So this Maine governor lady, she's been at war with Trump since he got elected over this specific issue. This specific issue. That's all they've been talking about up there. Like, what is going on in Maine? That's why I said, man, if we had to give up some U.S. states, that section up there by Maine, gotta go. For real. We arguing about some bullshit. Anyway, let's keep it going.
Why this agenda is being so aggressively pushed in our state against the will of Maine people. We see this all the time with the special interests coming in to testify, and what they want is in direct opposition to what Maine people want.
Oh. My guess is the governor's not going to back down. And ultimately, this is a decision for the U.S. Supreme Court. Just give you the last word on that.
That's what we need to see here. Just as we saw the United Kingdom, the Supreme Court ruling over there that indeed a man is a man and a woman is a woman, we need the highest court in our land to address this and answer that question once and for all so that Maine girls and girls across the country have a fair, safe, and level playing field.
We'll see when and if that happens. Laura Libby, thank you for coming.
All right, so special shouts to Laurel Libby for standing on it, because she's been in trouble for saying I'm not with it for the last, 4 or 5 months? That's ridiculous to me. Like, we got so many bigger fish to fry, and we are still arguing about whether or not we want dudes playing in women's sports. We don't want that. I believe the American people have spoken loud and clear. I don't even see why they need the federal government to say anything. Truth be told, I respect those that have boycotted certain leagues or stopped performing in certain sports events and stuff like that because of that situation. I appreciate that. And I think that people should take that as an example. Like, if you don't really like it, then you know what? Let's stop performing in these things. Or the parents that are there. We need y'all, the ones that are inside, do something. But I'm tired of this conversation. If they want to do something different, they want to be different, then they just need to have a different league. Have the PNBA, the pronoun NBA. Everybody with different pronouns, the they, thems, the demon pronouns, all them people. They can all play in that league. It's a non-binary NBA. The NBNBA. The non-binary NBA. So it's whatever, whoever, they gender fluid and all that other stuff. Y'all can go play ball against each other or swim or whatever, if that's how you want to do. But it's just not fair going in the other direction. And I'm not going to stop talking about it. That's stupid to me. And when my granddaughter gets to high school, my oldest granddaughter, when she gets to high school, if this is still going on, I'm showing up. I'm showing up, and I'm going to show out, and I'm going to go down over this. I'm not playing, man. It's stupid. It's a dumb argument, and I just don't want to have it no more. I don't. So let me get to my next story, man, because I'm through with these guys. I'm definitely through with these guys. Shit. Still arguing about that. Doesn't make no damn sense. It just doesn't make no sense. I don't know, man. Like I said,